Hey guys, welcome back. Um, I do think a lot about what shirts I wear now on these videos, and I'm kind of like self-conscious. Well, I shouldn't wear the same shirt twice. But I only have like 5 shirts that I like, that I think that I look decent in. um, Ooh, I almost have 500. I need rocks. Yeah, I don't know. I wear that white shirt a lot, so it's stupid. I just thought I'd mention it. I wanted to talk about therapy today. I want, like, once a week I do want to give like an update on that, because it is kind of a big deal for someone with social anxiety to see a therapist. So I just want to talk about how I'm dealing with it. I haven't really said anything nice about the therapist. He's a really nice guy, but hopefully he doesn't watch these, because I'm kind of like criticizing him recently. That's the thing, like, I haven't mentioned that I'm doing this in the therapy. I'm kind of still embarrassed about it. I probably should, though. It seems like this topic has been coming up a lot recently in the therapy, which is, there's something about judging that I have a problem with, but I don't know what it is. 2,000, that's a lot of money. Why am I not making any money? I haven't been giving any gifts. Oh, it's her birthday today. I don't know what she likes. She probably likes flowers. Like a daffodil, but I don't have any. Stupid. I don't have enough patience. He takes out a knife and starts stabbing you. That's interesting. So I've been struggling with this idea recently, and he hasn't really given me like an explanation, or explained it well, like what I'm thinking. I keep saying I'm not really worried about other people judging me, like especially my parents. I know my parents aren't going to judge me, so why don't I really talk that much around them? And why do I sometimes feel uncomfortable? Doesn't make sense, right? The only thing I can think of was, well, I'm just really hard on myself. I judge myself, and I'm critical of myself and what I say. I want to seem smart to them, and I want to seem like a good person to them, because I really want them to like me, and I want my parents to think I'm a good person. And I don't know exactly what to say to make that happen, so I just don't say anything. And he's been mentioning, well, that's called projection. So you're projecting your... Uh-oh, what's this? I need to find that key, I think. You're projecting your judgments onto other people and assuming that they're judging you, even though you don't know, because everything's happening in your own head. And there is some of that, like especially when I meet new people, I judge myself through their eyes, like, oh, this guy's gonna think I'm weird, especially because I don't talk that much. So I feel like everything I say is super important and it's just like under a microscope, like I'll only say a couple things to somebody, so it's got to be really, I have to make a good impression, obviously. I forget what's in there. But I was trying to tell him, like, well, with my parents, I don't think I'm projecting my judgments onto them. I'm just judging myself. But he hasn't really given me like a satisfying answer for what that is, or how to deal with it. Like, how do I stop judging myself when I talk to somebody? And I kind of wanted to bring this up next time too. It seems like every time he's saying, you know, you need to, what did he say? I forget. How did I forget? Anxiety is a prediction of negative consequences to actions, even though you don't know what's really going to happen. But I don't know, how are you supposed to, it seems like when we talk about it, the solution is to think more about what you're saying. Like, you need to think, when you're about to say something and you're worrying about what to say, you need to think to yourself that my thoughts, I don't know how to explain it other than to say, it doesn't feel like the solution to my problem is to think more. It just feels like I'm overthinking. So how do I stop myself from thinking? I don't know how to do that. It's today? No. Okay. Let's go to sleep. Are we gonna get a coop by the end of today? I don't know. I mentioned the pizza man thing. Is it raining? I know that. Granny, do you think I'm stupid? The pizza man thing. So I mentioned something. I don't know, I keep saying this. Like, I mentioned something that I think is interesting, and he doesn't really follow through on it. But he's a good therapist, I promise. Sorry. He wanted me to, when I visit my parents, to do this pizza man thing, where like I bring in the pizza and I say, "Pizza man's here," because that's something I would never do, and it's something that's really hard for me. But I wanted to do it. I thought it was a good idea because I want to be comfortable being weirder, like just doing weird stuff, being not me, and that's like a good practice. It's like a kind of like a game, and that's why I felt like I could do it. I told him, I had the idea, well, I want to text my parents before I do it and just say, I'm going to do something weird when I get home. Don't, or just like my therapist told me to do it, and it's like, it's going to help me get better or something. And that's the only way I felt like I was going to be able to do it. And he said, like, well, you're kind of giving yourself permission to do it, which is, you feel like you need to give yourself permission. There's something interesting that I thought about. Shoot, I don't really remember it. I guess it reminded me of doing this, like, why do I feel like I need to have permission to be different? I definitely do. I feel like I need to make it like a game or like a goal. Like I need to tell my parents like this is a goal I'm working towards, so that's why it's okay for me to do it. I'm not just being weird out of nowhere. And that's why I feel like comfortable doing this, because it's like a goal, like getting better at talking. So if somebody's like, hey, why are you doing this thing? I have a reason. Like, well, I'm trying to get better at talking. And then if they're a jerk about that, it's like, well, how can you be a jerk about that? Come on, I'm trying to get better with my social anxiety. How could you be mean about that? So I'm kind of like protecting myself from judgment by doing that. By giving myself a reason. I just kind of feel like cheating though. But if you have to cheat to get better, well, then you have to cheat. I was talking about how I went to the grocery store and I was using the self-checkout, and I got really nervous because something didn't scan right and I didn't know what to do, and I know you're supposed to just tell somebody. There's like a guy there or something, and you're supposed to just go up and be like, hey, this didn't scan. But I really didn't want to do that, so there was nobody behind me, so I just left and I went to the regular checkout. Just wandering. There's nobody outside because it's raining. I thought that was interesting. I tried to talk about that. Like, I always seem to take the easy way out. Like, well, it would have been hard to talk to somebody, so well, I just took the easy way. And I just went. If I was forced to talk to somebody, like if there was somebody behind me in line, I would have been really nervous because I knew I would have had to do something. I couldn't just leave. That would have been even weirder. That's the thing. What was that noise? I always do the thing that's the least weird thing. So, because nobody was watching me, it was less weird to leave and go to the regular checkout than to go up to somebody and be like, this thing isn't working, and it would have had an opportunity to say something stupid or be embarrassed. But it would have been even more embarrassing if there was somebody behind me and I left, because that guy would be like, well, what are you doing? Why don't you just go ask somebody for help? I spent a long time explaining that. I'm sure it's obvious. So that was that. And I just, the main thing was just I always take the easy way out in a social situation. If there's an opportunity for me to not do something, I just don't do it. So. And I'll end on that note. I want to plant these seeds. I'm not making any money. I need my beans to sprout. That's where you start racking up the dough. Okay. Yeah, that's it. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.